My name is Greg Fox, President and CEO of bestcigarprices.com and related companies, wholesale and brick and mortar retailing. I tell people all the time, I'm the luckiest person you've ever met in your life. And there's a lot of reasons for that. One, I have my dream job. There hasn't been a day, and I guess it's 22 years now, that I pulled up the driveway. I thought, what am I doing here? Boy, I'm really unhappy. I can honestly say it hasn't been a single day. It almost annoys my wife because she calls me Ted Lasso, like I'm just always in a good mood. I said, how could I not be? I've got my dream job. I love coming to work. I love the people that I work with and things that we're doing every day. I love getting to talk to our customers and consumers and hear about what's next and what they're interested in, what they enjoy. And then on top of that, when I get home at night, I got my kids, 3 young kids, they run to the door and they jump on me, and I get to see my wife, beautiful wife, who built it all, and my rock. And I get to do it all over again every single day. I only do 2 things. I'm pretty boring, actually. I obsess over our company. I'm obsessed. I want to deliver top-notch customer experience all the time. I want to be a great teammate. I want to get the most out of our team. I want to deliver results. I want us to win at the end of the day, but I want to do it the right way. And I'm 100% obsessed about that. Anybody that's close to me or knows me knows that. And it's a blessing and a curse, I guess, at the same time, but I do love it. And the only other thing that I do is hang out with my family. I try to be home every single night for dinner unless I'm on the road traveling, and try to limit that as well. I want to be there for that because at the end of the day, they're not going to care how many cigars I sold or if there was an extra 0 on a number. They're going to care that the daddy was home. When I turned 5, my mom became very ill, and nobody knew what was wrong. She was bedridden. She couldn't get out of bed. My dad is running our family landscaping business 6-7 days a week, pretty much around the clock, trying to keep the business afloat. And that taught me pretty quickly that I had to be self-motivated to help mom, help dad, help myself, get on the school bus, make breakfast, make lunch if I needed to. And I think that taught me in an early age that, nobody can do stuff for you. You have to learn, you have to do it for yourself. And I try to remind myself that with my kids too, if I could do it easily for them, maybe I should let them learn to do it too. And I think some of those lessons feature later in life. Our company was founded in 1997. I had no idea that Best Cigar Prices existed. I was 14 years old. I was just going to high school like any other thing, trying to figure out what I wanted to do. As I said, with my family business, we had some tough years there. My parents didn't make any money at all, and I didn't know it at the time. We ate cereal, whatever it was for dinner. We were just a happy family. And my mother would say to me, you really should never eat business. It's too risky. There's too much downside potential, and pick something that's a little more stable and career-oriented than get into business. So, I always just thought, okay, well, mom doesn't know what she's talking about. And she redeemed herself later when she found the ad in the paper and found me this job that I loved so much. I thank it for it all the time. But my career goal at the time was to go into the New York State Police. I was accepted into the Academy and both to get to the FBI after that. But as far as the cigar business, at the time that I was going to college to the State Police, my career goal at Best Cigar Price was trying to be better every single day for myself and this company better every single day. I really enjoy my coworkers. I love our founder, and for our customers. I feel like I put a lot of hours in now. It's like I clock back in after the kids go to bed many nights, but back in the early days, we had 3 different buildings. So we're in our 3rd building now. Maybe there'll be another one in the future, but the building that we were in last was in Kingston, New York. And for anybody that knows where that building is, there's train tracks that run right alongside the back of the building. 10 feet from the building. My office was right at the back of the building. Here's where the train tracks are. And so the train would go by during the day. You wouldn't really think much of it. The first week or 2, you'd probably notice it, but after you work there 2 years, But many times I'd sleep in my office. I'd be the last one. People would clock out at 5 or 6, and I'd still be working 8, 9 o'clock at night. I'd have delivery come in. I'd eat dinner. I'd be in the spreadsheets and trying to figure out how we're gonna have the next customer find out about us and be excited that we exist and sell them some more cigars. And it gets to 10, 11 o'clock at night, maybe later, and I get a little tired. So I had like a little setup where I could take a nap or get some sleep for the night. But there were two problems with that. One was the train would come roaring by, and it would just, you didn't know where you were. You just jump up and all of a sudden you're in your office and did I finish the spreadsheet? And so that was interesting. And the other one was, it didn't happen often, but at that time, even still in the second building, we were all wearing different hats, and if the phone would ring and nobody answered it, there was an overflow group, and I was in that group, so I could answer the phone. So my phone would ring at like 2 a.m. And I specifically remember there was at least one time where I said, hey, it's your order. And so I just got out of bed and I answered the phone. I said, that's Cigar Prices. And I said, I'd like to place an order. I didn't ask any questions about, why you're calling at 2 a.m. I just said, okay. And I just fired up my computer and took the order at 2 a.m. So they probably thought we had 24-hour service overseas or something like that. But it was really just me in my office working the late night hours. I love this country so much and everything that it stands for, and to know that all the jobs are here and they're supporting local and regional communities and they're staying in the United States of America. That's a big differentiator for us. And then if you go down the list of all the different programs and things that we add, I mean, the list is endless. I mean, we've got free shipping over a certain dollar amount. We've got a rewards program that, a few other companies do, but we've got a rewards program on steroids where for an annual fee, you get all these other perks that get unlocked. We've got our dynamite deals that are rotating every 60 seconds or 30 seconds or whatever it is on the screen, so people can sit there and have a flash sale that maybe isn't so advertised or so obvious to the world, and you can pick up something for a really good price. We've got a best price guarantee, so basically if you find a better price anywhere, we want to beat it and give you $10. Of course, there's always fine print that goes along with that, but that's something that we're really proud of. And we've got a Cigar of the Month Club that's very different from anybody else's. The typical Cigar of the Month Club is, here's 4 or 5 cigars and we're going to choose them for you. And don't worry, we promise they're going to be really good. And they're sending the same 4 or 5 cigars to you that they're sending to 5,000, 10,000, 100,000 other people. I don't know about you, but I talked to 3 or 4 cigar smokers and they all like something a little different, which I think makes our industry so exciting and so different and rewarding. What we wanted to do is build a Cigar of the Month program around that thought, which is we're going to give you a short survey that goes with that. It's just a couple of questions, and we ask about some of the flavor profiles, strength, country of origin, size cigars, things like that. And we try and stay pretty close to the selections that you give us. And you're all going to get something a little different, and it's going to match the profile of the users that we gave. Another big differentiator for us is Smoking Notes, which is our cigar festival, usually mid-May every year. And it's Drums, Pennsylvania. In 2025, we'll be over 1,000 people with different tier packages for early access and the number of cigars that you get in your pack. You get to meet all the different celebrities, all the big names from all the different companies fly from all over the world. It's one of the only times that they all get together at one place at one time. And you can walk right up to them and shake their hand and say, hey, I smoke your cigar. Another differentiator for us is our military veteran first responder discount. And different companies have different qualifications for that. We basically include everybody that could be remotely connected to that category. And the standard discount is anywhere from 0% to 10% off of your order value. And ours is industry leading, as far as I know, 12% that we would give to that community. It's just so important to me, as I said, just being an American, always an operated company, and being able to give back in that way and reward the people that really make this country go every day. So I think one thing I'm really excited about is just increasing the pool of people that find out about bestcigarprices.com and all the good stuff that we're doing.